Pastor Skipper, there are a lot of ministers out there today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there's a difference between them?
Yeah. I feel like the difference between the ministers today is that there are motivational speakers and motivational teachers. And majority of the ministers today are more so motivational speakers versus a motivational teacher. You see, the difference is a motivational speaker that gives you something that's good at the moment and for the moment. But once that feeling is gone and subsided, then the problem is still there. Whereas a motivational teacher, they give you the tools to change the situation and your circumstances. That's the difference. And I feel like in today's time, there are more motivational speakers versus motivational teachers.
So there's a difference between teaching and speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us, which one do you relate to the most and why?
Well, I was always an individual who wanted the tools to change the situation, because I feel like if you can change the situation, then you don't need to have to be feeling good through a bad situation. You have the tools to change it. So in my opinion, I always related to the people who were motivational teachers more, because I seen that they had the situations and they had the problems, and then they had the tools to fix the situation and get the person out of a problem. So I related to the motivational teachers the most.
So seeing that there's a difference between motivational speaker and motivational teacher, how do you present the gospel?
But see, the way that I present the gospel is through the form of motivational teaching. That's the reason why I act the way I act, I dress the way that I dress, because I was motivated by a verse that God gave me. It's a verse in the New Testament in which Paul said he became all things to all men so that he can win one. And so in my experiences, I have discovered that by me being relatable, even in the form of dressing relatable, I have seen a lot of people come to me with their problems, and I was able to give them the information and the tools to transition their situation. I was able to lead them to Christ, and it was because I was being an example to them. I was doing something in the form of motivational teaching. And so that's the reason why I present the gospel the way that I present the gospel, and the way that I present it is in a relatable form, under the auspices of motivational teaching.
I like that. So, do you feel as if the church has changed over time?
Well, the church has changed in so many different ways. I mean, we can take it to a theological point of view and show you literally how it has transitioned. But more so, how I feel the church has changed is the church has lost its essential goal and its purpose, because the main purpose for the church was to spread the gospel out, to win the souls to Christ and deliver people from their problems. We don't even do that in today's time. I very seldom see churches do altar calls, do prayer calls. It's like it's a lost art. It's like most people today in their churches, they more worried about the citizenship of their church, or the congregation, and how many people they can bring into their church versus how many people they can bring into heaven.
You just said a mouthful. So how do you feel about the ministers who neglect the call to salvation?
Hey man, at the end of the day, everybody got to give an account for their own actions. I just feel like as a man of God, a minister of God, a leader in the community, it is our job and our duty to make sure without a shadow of a doubt that we're doing everything we can to lead people into the kingdom of Christ, the gospel. Do everything we can to lead them to the gospel and the kingdom of Christ, and expand the kingdom of Christ. Not just to make Christianity a major religion, a number one religion, but to bring people, because heaven and hell is real. Bring people into the fold of Christ. Heaven and hell is real, man.
Well, there you have it. Pastor Jerry S. Skipper with Ministers of Faith New Generation. We thank you for your time.
Well, thank you. Thank you for even choosing to interview me. It's absolutely an honor and a pleasure for my Zion church, Wonders of Faith New Generation, and me as the pastor to be able to talk and be interviewed by you guys. So for those who want to follow us and keep in contact with us, we do Bible studies, we do have prayer calls, etc., etc. So if you just want to reach out and find out more information about me, Jerry Skipper, and Wonders of Faith New Generation, and some of the things that we're doing, I'm pretty sure that at the end of the show or at the bottom of the page, you can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and we'll have the links provided for you guys. I love y'all. Again, thank you. Shalom, shalom.